Be bold enough that you do what you know how to do, and if it doesn't work, you learn something else or change it. You know, be willing to make the mistake in front of everybody. It's not like they haven't made any, and if they're pretending they haven't, or if you're around very, very pompous people that are into exclusivity, well, don't take them seriously, or you could turn into one of those creepy people. Like, make sure that you understand that people are into avoiding guilt, pain, and loss, or they're into chasing greed, exclusivity, or gain. And you don't ever want to actually fall into buying that. You want success, and whatever that means, but you want to be growing and learning and have the resources that you need coming to you, but you want to be giving the value that they're paying for and more. And so you can't go through life inside feeling that level of competition or the need for their group approval, or you will not be able to grow. Because instead of feeling discovery, you would feel shame.
Right. Yes. I think that's a really important point, that when you learn, you just want to say, thank God I learned that, and move on. And
right.
when people get caught up in shame, they're just working they feel bad, and then they also do everything they can to prevent it from happening again, but not in a useful way.
Clyde Abel said, boldness in business is the first, second, and third thing. So when you look at, like, neurolinguistics is a big part of a lot of sales communication nowadays, and look at the three people they modeled for NLP. It would be Virginia Satir, Milton Erickson, and Fritz Perls. Well, they're all very bold about the positions they take in life, and they've all been able to change their position later with more information. But they're very bold about what they know at the time they're presenting it. They're not timid. They're not saying, well, maybe sort of a little, it's kind of like this, They're bold. Well, what happens when you're bold is, if it isn't working, you find out. You find out right away. And if you're sensory aware and flexible, you change it because you need to keep permission to be bold, so you fix it. You fix it. Now, it's true that some people are just stubborn, and that's not what I'm talking about when I talk about being bold. I'm saying you toss it out there, and when you toss it out there, it either works or it doesn't. And if you're open, you're willing to shift it if it doesn't.
Mm-hmm. And so that willingness to have a chance for a redo, we could call it, that you can have an experience, get some feedback, and then come at it again instead of retreating in shame, is really where that's where the richness of all this comes from, and the learning.
Yeah, and it's not just about avoiding retreating in shame. It's the idea that shame has no point in adulthood. It's one of the ways we learn our conscience as a child. But assuming you have a conscience, I really think you're better off with the standard slogan that does come from that neurolinguistics world. Behavior should either be appreciated or changed. If you don't appreciate it, change it. But none of this, woe is me, oh geez, I blah, blah, blah. No self-persecution, no martyr complex. Just appreciate it or shift it to what it should be. Right?
Mm-hmm.